Whoa, making a video. Yeah, with some new selfie stick quail. Something like that anyway. Quail-like bird. have showed up. Anyway, what was that? Okay, something generally on the subject of, yeah, sort of a response to comments by people. You know, you say something like, okay, they ought to just shoot those people in the head. And people say, you know, then they start arguing about, oh, did he mean that? And yeah, I sort of do. So, I mean, I really don't want people defending me for saying things sometimes because, yeah, they're not jokes in a lot of respects. And I just don't see the point in saying, look, if you could create the world tomorrow, recreate it. If you were God, you know, why would you create alcoholics, heroin addicts, and trolls? I mean, why would you create, if you could eliminate it? It's like it was a virus and you could just pull it out of the gene pool. Yeah, why would you put AIDS? Why would you keep AIDS? And so my argument would be is that, yes, if I could tomorrow eliminate liars and cheaters from the human genome, lying and cheating as part of the function, yeah, I'd do it. No, I have no apprehensions that, oh, what a tragedy, we've lost lying and cheating, weaselly, small-dicked males who have to cheat their way through life because they can't handle competition. They have to hide behind little scurvy rocks and throw slime. Yes, eradicate that. Cool. You know, if that's what the Nazis did, yes. If they put trolls in the concentration camps, fine. Yeah. Even if it was brutal and horrible, it would still be worth it because they're that destructive. If you think about how much our society loses, how much it has cost us, how many people right now in the technology industry are employed merely to clean up the mess made by a few thousand malicious fucks. I mean, you're talking billions of man hours of work. All right? So when you go to work, just realize that half the hours you're working aren't for you, aren't for necessity, aren't because that's the way the world has to be. You have to do work. No, half the hours you work are merely to feed the trolls. That's it. That's the cost of those fuckers. And so if I say shoot him in the fucking head, yeah, I'm actually saying it's the most beneficial, most beautiful, most magnificent thing somebody can say is eradicate assholes. And so yes, the category of asshole no doubt will be expanded. See, that's the problem. You say something like, yeah, shoot assholes in the head, dumb assholes, and then they convert that into, he said he was going to shoot autistic people. All right, let's take autism as a subject. Would you, if you had the world to make autism, would you make retarded? I mean, a lot of retarded people, you know, in the broad category of diminished capacity, they're not living some benign, you know, comfortable, cute little life. No, I've taken care of them in my past. They're horribly troubled and tormented. Their life is void, okay, almost, of comfort and joy. You could put them out of their misery in 2 seconds, 1.5 seconds of awareness, and then they're gone. You'd sit there and torment them instead, and I'm the crazy person because I say that's idiotic. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're religious nuts or something. You know, if you can't recognize that you have an irrational perception of value, this stick really does suck in a lot of ways. Yeah, cross-handed. Yeah, the camera doesn't fit up, down. So I do it sideways and then it doesn't stay sideways. But anyway. Oh, sorry about the leaf noise too. I wasn't supposed to do videos in leaf noise. Almost to the path. There we go. Quiet now. Alright. So yeah, I'm not going to apologize for saying, yes, I would eradicate that suffering. I would eradicate it. I would exterminate it. I would eliminate it. But clearly, the subcontext of all these conversations is that if we did it the right way, we could prevent it. And that's what we don't do. So, I have to even argue for the, it's not the Band-Aid, but it's not the complete solution. Because you'll never go for the complete solution, which is prevention. But to finance it, to subsidize it, to keep creating it, to keep supporting it, to keep defending it, that's all you people keep doing. You're just defending idiocracy and mediocrity. You're guaranteeing its existence by saying we must preserve some piece of this bullshit. Like somehow I'm culturally starved if I don't know what a Muslim is. And I have to know Muslimness and beautiful tile work or something, and if I don't have that enrichment in my life, I'm somehow deprived. Bullshit. Because what comes with that is this inanely stupid and moronic philosophy of hate, of ego, of my God is God, damn it, double damn it. I mean, the Christians are bad because they say their God is God, but they don't add this damn it shit. They don't add this, and motherfucker, I'm gonna make you know it, that the Muslims do. Kooky fucks. But look, we the Christians are only better because they've been doing it longer. They've been annihilating alternate cultures longer, and then when they finally, invaded, enough brains that destroyed them, they borged Rome and destroyed it. And then they became whatever they are now, pussies. But whatever. What do I say? Yeah, so the part where you tell the difference between a joke and serious, okay, it's a funny, weird line. Sorry for creating that line. But the truth is, you can't have the fully rational conversation. You people just aren't up to it. I mean, the last video was 90% about a bug that eats other bugs, and about the fact that that's the nature of our existence and our psychology and our needs and our wants and our desires and all the shit we think that is important, that we have contrived into importance, and that the fundamental truth is none of that shit's important. The only shit that does matter is the feeling shit. The suffering is the suffering. And because you think you're accomplishing something, well, that thought doesn't mean anything. But you can't defend it. Really need to switch hands, but I would have to then reverse the camera or be upside down. Anyway, and that's too much work entirely. Probably is some other solution. That just doesn't work, right? Cross-handed is... No, that's way too difficult. Well, I'll do it for a while. It's more wobbly too. Yeah, that's not really a solution. That's not a solution. I guess I could just reverse the camera. Fuck it. Too much, yes, too distracting. Anyway, it's a trial. It's an experiment. I have to fix it. I have to fix everything. Nothing off the shelf is the way it should be. So anyway, but this whole conversation about what our primary function is, what is the exact horror and tragedy of the end of our existence, what's the meaning of our life, what's its, how do you measure what is lost because you are upset. That means it means something, it was valuable, and it's a real loss because you cried. You know, I would argue that the standard is just like, see all this relativity shit, all this bullshit. No, there are absolutes, and the absolute is a fact of productivity, and there are plenty of lives that aren't productive. And I would argue that the average cheater, heckler, trolling, weaselly, rude asshole is not productive. He's of no value to a civilization. There's no positive function. It's just all negative function. The uselessness is discernible. It's evaluatable. You can just look at it as a rational organism and recognize what's unproductive. It's almost as obvious as somebody hitting themselves in the head with a hammer. Well, if they're hitting somebody else in the head with a hammer, you ought to get that. You ought to get the metaphor that that's actually what they're doing. They're just tormenting. They're just creating noise. They're just causing people to have to waste time arguing what they didn't say. Again, if I go through the comments in the last video, it's all a bunch of crap about what I didn't say, not what I said. You know, certainly not in the context of how I said it. And it's just obnoxious. Loud chick. How you doing? Very loud. Anyway, where was I? But somewhat fashionable. Nice. So, is there anything else to say? I mean, the key word is that productivity word, and we know what's valuable in the world. We know what creates comfort and efficiency and productivity, makes people whistle while they work, you know, all that kind of stuff. And we know what's completely obnoxious to that. And, you know, it's just so ironic that, you know, even Pierrot, you know, he indulges, he played with the trolls, and he's not even acknowledging what these people really are in terms of their effect on civilization. The fact that they do destroy our free speech, access, and rights. They make it impossible to have it. You know, they are so rude and unproductive. It's not just being rude. It's that it's costly to people doing productive things. They get in the way of the productive. They're not just useless clowns, they're not like mimes, you know, just being, you know, shit, you know, where you have to see it and say, oh God, that is so fucking lame. You know, that's not a horror. That's not a terrible burden that you had to see a woman in spandex now again. Okay, it's sort of rude, but it's not outrageous. I mean, a fat woman. Sorry, but yeah, that doesn't work. Newsflash, sexy. Yeah. I just like, I'm only 150 pounds overweight. It's not like I'm fat. Okay, sure. Whatever. That's another category of too stupid. But again, it's not really the kind of too stupid you have to get rid of, because it's not, you know, so it's not conducive to degrades in the infrastructure. It doesn't break the stream crossing. But these other trolls, they are breaking the stream crossing. They're breaking mediums that we use to communicate with each other. And everybody who has any sense of value for how necessary communication between people is, these trolls aren't facilitating communication, they're destroying it. You know, when people make these obnoxious comments and in comment sections, again, they just distract. The subject becomes their accusations, and the subject that people should be talking about is entirely lost. So it's like the last video. 90% of the last video was a conversation about the nature of existence, that it's maggot-like. The title of the video was Maggoting, and what was the conversation in the comments section? A bunch of crap about the distinction between, I mean, who should get shot? The assholes or the double assholes? And again, where the distinction was clearly made that what we're really after is the malicious asshole. The asshole who has the capacity, knowledge of how much he finds being run over unpleasant, and then goes out and runs things over. That kind of too stupid. Like, there's just no excuse. Autistic people, if they're annoying, have an excuse. They're not maliciously annoying. Trolls are maliciously destructive. They know they're cheating, and they like it. And that kind of, yes, they don't have any free will. They can't freely choose to have a bigger dick and a little bit of a sense of pride that makes them incapable of cheating. They got no, they got no man genes. They don't have the chromosomes to be a man and have a straight up fight. So that they can't help. But the truth is, they have knowledge of the facts, that what they're doing is destructive and it's cheating. So it's, like I said, you can't miss it. You can't tell me that you can, you can balance your checkbook and yet you'll go to the store and shoplift and tell me, that you didn't know that stealing was wrong. So if you have a certain level of functionality, you sort of have a certain obligation to acknowledge when you're being an asshole, and then to accept that, yes, it probably would be best for civilization if they ran me over with a steamroller full of trolls and troll guts in the wheels. Yeah, that I should be treated as the menace and the glue, the sticky gunk that they are, and they should be wiped out of the equation. Like any other junk, they should be cleaned. It's not a bad thing to clean things. Order requires imposition. You're not gonna, it doesn't get filtered out of the universe through no process. You need a process. That's where evolution goes wrong. So evolution doesn't have any knowledge of the value of torture. So it tortures. We do have knowledge of what makes things work and what makes things, what breaks things. And so these people who wish to defend the brokenness, okay, that's the way you see it. I would fight to the death not to live in a world cluttered with completely correctable bullshit. There's just no reason, to endure the waste. None. Lots of cars here today. Anyway, ooh, geese. Smelly, disgusting creatures. Look very nice, but very, very passive and peaceful and nice today. But just give them a little time. It's kind of funny. The water's so shallow; they're all standing up. they're not even sitting in the water. The water's so shallow. Ha ha on them. So anyway. So, moving on. So yeah, I don't care. I mean, people can defend me if they wish, but truth is, if I had a gun, yeah, with a lot of bullets, I'd use them. because there's just way too much asshole in the human genome. And yes, call me a Nazi, call me whatever you want to call me, because I think we ought to try to eradicate the troll gene, from the human species. We ought to cleanse ourselves of liars and cheaters, and we might as well just get rid of all the little dicks. Just no point in it. They can't serve a purpose. It's impossible, because the mechanism is broken. They can't get past their resentments, and they can't play a fair game because of it. They're, that's all that really is, right? They can't play, they're no good, and so they try to blow up the field. They're the malicious ones. I'm the one defending something. They're the ones just destroying. Yeah, it's probably a good enough way to say it. So fuck you, troll defenders. You might as well be trolls. Yeah, might as well. Including Piro. Might as well be a troll. If you're going to defend the trolls, you might as well be a troll. Yeah. Anyway, I ain't going to get fixed. You become useless and unproductive. You're going to defend the AIDS virus. It's to stop. Oh, fuck. You know what I mean? We're fighting AIDS. The last thing we need is AIDS virus defenders. Yes, let's kill them first, and then kill the AIDS virus. Alright, anyway. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being quoted as saying we should kill the AIDS virus defenders. Yeah. I think that's a pretty safe bet. We probably should kill them. Anyway, but till next time and such. See how big a failure this was. It gets crunchy here. Yeah, I guess this is what I could have done. I could have just held the camera. Probably the same difference. Yeah, I didn't. Well, the stick is a little bit further away. I could have held the stick further away. We'll see next time. More tests to come. Whoa. Something's sneaking up on me. Anyway, till next time.